dear, Saturday morning, 17th, another day in paradise. A bit overcast, but it's lovely working weather. Pedro and Mrs. Pedro are already out in the fields doing their work. Must crack on and get on with some of mine. It's a long old job, but I'm happy with it. It's a bit wibbly wobbly, but it's solid because it's thick old wood. Even if it's got a bit of woodworm in it, I'm picking the better bits, but this wood shedding tends to come down eventually, so I'm not too worried about it at all. It's really about making space, storage space, more than anything. So that wall will go along all the way up to this post, doorway into there, and that'll be hopefully my tools and everything in some sort of order so I can find it, rather than doing the usual, spending 20 minutes to find an item and having to dig everything out to do it. The immediate plan really is to, so this is a barn full of junk which has got its new roof on it, but clearing this bedroom out's the proper plan for this job.
It is a bit of a mess, Steve.
Hence the shed and all the.
Perhaps you'd like to do some work, Maisie.
Yonder.
Earn some pocket money.
But the boys are having a week off, so it's going to give me time, not to panic, but to just get on with it. But I can't get on with anything yet till I've had a cuppa. The slab that they laid yesterday is drying nicely, and obviously the view is wonderful. So I've got to go. This amuses me because we're in there. The fridge is out here. This wouldn't happen in England, would it? I need my milk. Surprise, surprise. Bottle of pop, milk, and the rest of it's beer. That beer will get drunk, but probably not by me. Probably by the builders. But a cup of tea's in order of the day. It's far too early to be having beer. So we'll have a cup and then we'll crack on. On this job, you need a third pair of hands, or a second pair of hands at least. There's mine. Just roll that end up while I'm chopping this end. It works. It works. I'll show you it works.
I wanted to help, but Steve said I hadn't done my risk assessment.
That's right, Maisie. You all have to do your risk assessment before you get any job done.
Just gone 5. I'm going to stop for a cuppa. It's why I'm all day today. I've done well. I haven't had a beer. There's some cold beers in the fridge, but I haven't had any. I'll just show you what I've been up to. We're still soldiering on, but I've decided to put a floor in this. Now, living in a house on a hill, the Portuguese seem quite happy to walk on a slope, but I always feel a bit giddy with it, so I've tried to. I think you need flat surfaces and steps between them. So in the shed here, it's a lot of muck and brick dust and brick and all sorts of rubbish. But I've just decided to use some more of them floorboards from the house as floorboards in my shed. And then I'm going to put some bracketry up and some shelves, and then I can carry on mucking out the main part of the house. So I'm not too worried about this at the moment, because long-term project, it'll be taken to bits again a year or two's time probably, but it's lack of space at the moment, so I've just got to get on with it. But it is time for a cuppa, so we'll see how far I can get done before the end of the day.
You do like your cuppas.
Saturday night. I'm about done now. I'll go around Kenny, see how he's got on. I don't know about Kenny, but I'm going to go up to the Festa tonight, mainly for the fact that they've got food on, and I haven't decided what I want for tea yet. But we went up last night. I didn't have any food last. Well, I did. I had a packet of crisps, but there looked some good food on there. So I think I'm going to treat myself tonight.
And I might get a beer tonight.
But that's got.
I only had a Coke last night.
That's got a bit of shed done. Tomorrow we'll put some bracketry on there and some shelves. Then I can start moving some stuff out the way and start trying to get to the bottom of all this. That'll do for today.
Sometimes it does rain.
Lovely. Are ready for a Coke, Maisie, or do you want a beer?
Can I have a beer, please?
Já ouvi as senhoras, pelo menos. Os homens ainda não ouviram.
Oh, sorry, mate. They've run out of beer.
Thank you anyway for trying. I will have a Coke instead.
Boa noite!
Boa noite.
É os homens. Agora és tu.
E agora as senhoras do Barbaído, boa noite!
Boa noite.
Estamos em maioria.
Tu queres apostar que aqui nesta festa do Barbaído há mais sportinguistas que homem e mulher juntos? Onde é que está a malta do Sporting? Como é que é possível haver mais sportinguistas que homens e mulheres juntos? Como é que é possível? Hoje tem que levar os parabéns. Muitos parabéns aos sportinguistas.
Good morning. 6:30 on Sunday morning, the 18th. The sun is just about to pop its head round the corner. Although we went to the day 2 of the Festa, we had a couple of beers. It hadn't affected the sleep pattern. We're up nice and early again, so I might as well get stuck in. Bit of breakfast, then we're on our way. And work on the house this morning, and this is our lovely view that we get.
I like this scenery, it's pretty.
One dear.
Look, a Portuguese lady.
Right, so I've broke up a load of stones, or gathered them up. I'm going to try and fill this up because it's a separate level. Try and fill all of that area up with stones. I don't think I'm going to floorboard it particularly, but it's just nice to have it level or leveler. And if I get a lot of that bit filled in with smaller stones, it's easy enough to walk on, as you can see. There's a big project here though. It's going to be long term. While I'm here, I'm going to try and get rid of that heap, and that heap there is all of the rubbish that's come out of the house. The builders and myself, to be fair, you want to get on with the job, so you just chuck everything out the back door. Now the problem is we've had a lot of rain in Portugal earlier in the month, and all that mud, once you've got over the top layer, is all sticky and yucky and wet still, even though it's a nice dry day now, and I think that's how it's going to stay for the summer now. So I've turned it over, let it dry out, and then I'll break it up again, fish the stones out because I don't want the mud in the floor, but I do want to make use of the stones in here if I can. And obviously there's a lot more in here as well. It'll all get used up somewhere, I think. Anyway, it's time for a cuppa. Lunchtime on summer. Can make myself a cuppa. This is the weird setup here in Portugal. How about this, eh? Having a cup of coffee outside, or a cup of tea outside. In a minute I've got to go to the fridge to get the milk. The fridge is on the balcony, but the tea bags are inside. Okay. Drop it in the cup. The wind picking up now. Hang on to the tea bag box. Let's put that inside actually. Ooh. It's certainly a glorious day. I'm going to sit outside I think and have my sandwiches today, or my rolls. Got salad today. Don't think anyone's watching me eat my dinner, so I'll once I get back to work I'll show you what we've been up to again. Good morning, it's Monday the 19th. We continue with our epic adventure here in Portugal. Bits and bobs of everything today. That's the way to keep myself sane. Been mainly to do with the shed again. Turning the wood shed into a tool shed. And just taking the sheep onto the field.
I shouldn't chew that up, would I?
Hopefully.
I suppose you have to stand there with them for a while, don't they?
I'm not sure how they do it. Probably once she's got them all off the road and in the field, she's probably safe to let them.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't want them on the drive there, does she? In case the tractors come, but they're making a start, aren't they?
They've got baby one or two there.
Yeah, there's a couple of lambs with them, isn't there?
Them old wild oats, I'll eat them up, won't they?
Yeah. That's it, mate. Gets to.
Seen something times.
So they think they're going home again now.
She's moving there, isn't it?
She might have to bring them a couple of times to get used to it. I don't know how it works.
Does she want me or stop me? Don't want to up the road.
Them down there are quite happy.
Look like they might come up behind me. I'm not there, do
There's Mrs. Pedro, she's watering her plants. Next door, they're having a good old chew down the bottom of the olive trees, which is good. Oh, that's good. The dog's settled at that end there as well. Excellent. Just an update.
Steve does
We've
work fast,
managed to
doesn't he?
take this rack out to the main house. And that was the one I built last time I was here. Just a rough one to store wood to dry out. Because it's raining when we came last time and there's no dry wood about. But we've now got a reasonable amount of shelf to actually start bringing some stuff through from the back room, which is absolutely horrendous. But it had to be all shoved in there so the builders could get on. but it needs emptying out again now. I might discover some bits that I need. So away we go then. Let's get sorting. Lunchtime. I'm coming here. I don't know how light or dark it's going to be in here, but we've just scratched the surface in the last couple of hours, because when I'm taking them through to the shed, I'm trying to sort them as well a little bit more than what they are. So it's taking a bit longer, but it's best to do. Otherwise, I'm going to be doubling up my workload again, aren't I? Now I'm going to have a bit of dinner, then we'll see if we can get it cleared for this afternoon.
I hope you did your risk assessment.
Right, let's find some wire. We've now managed to do the permanent feed light, 2 actually, in the darkest part of the woodshed, come tool shed. And I've got the box here ready to go. Now, in principle, long term, that's off an extension lead, the lights, but that will go in one side of the socket. The other side of the socket will be for the saw, which is going to be permanently in this part of the shed. So I'm quite happy with that, although it's took quite a while. I'm hoping the socket part of it will go a bit quicker. We'll see. Having fun and games. Knocking holes through these big old walls. Then I've got to take the wire up and across into that socket and connect up on this side of the wall. I'm happy with it now. It's slow progress, but I can see by the end of the day I should be all right. Well, it's end of play, or they're near enough, 6:30. I've managed to get this done. It's still on a trailing lead, extension lead from the inner part of the house, but it has, in theory, there'll be a socket on that wall, and then it'll go on to the next one through the other room. But for the time being, it has given me what I wanted. Cable's coming out there, going along the beam here, very crudely. It's not pinned up because it's not a permanent fixture, but it does give me these 2 sockets. Right hand side one, I've got the saw in, and the left hand, as you can see, just got the lights on in that one. But it just makes it a little bit easier, because I've been using one of these rechargeable battery floodlight things, and they're a bit of a nuisance, and there's a lot of cables lying around on the floor, which when you're working in a dark area and the slopey floor, you're forever tripping or catching your feet on things. So I'm quite pleased with that. The work continues out here. I've got to try and get this great pile of muck moved. In fact, I might do a little bit tonight just before I go. 2 or 3 bucketfuls just to flatten it out. And I've took some more of the wood away this morning. It's looking rather well. Anna's been with the sheep, but they didn't stay long, so I don't know whether they weren't happy with it or not. But we've got Pedro's chickens scratching around, so they're more than welcome. Yeah, like I say, that'll be near enough it for today. I'm just waiting for Kenny to finish, then we'll go back and have a bit of tea, I think. Right, that'll do for now.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have, please subscribe and like. There will be another one. There's still quite a few more episodes to go. We're only just starting the project. So hopefully catch you another day.
And I will be back to help Steve again.